This is how this scene takes Training Day from epic to masterpiece. So let's see what's going on here. So Training Day is one of my favorite movies. Training Day is one of my favorite movies. Literally one of my top 10 movies. You see what I'm saying? Like, Training Day is up there for me, right? And I think it's a movie that's so good, rewatchable. Like on the second watch, I feel like it's even better. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, watching it the first time, I felt like, oh yeah, this is dope. Watching it the second time with knowledge that you have, it's like, yo, crazy. Because if you watch about the movie thinking, yo, he needs to find the money now. You get what I'm saying? So all of his like short temperedness, it's really because, bro, this is his last day if he don't figure this out. Meanwhile, you here trying to get trained or whatever. Bro, I'm about to go. You see what I'm saying?
And I stopped him. Please, man. I got a little kid.
Shut the fuck up, faggot! Bless his ass.
We're gonna have to cut that part.
I have a little girl.
Training Day is a movie packed with unforgettable moments, largely thanks to Denzel Washington's powerhouse performance, but the scene I want to focus on today stands out as the best in the entire film. And it doesn't
one of the best cinematic films ever, right? One of the best scenes in movie. This, to me, this is such a scary, to this day, this scene makes me uncomfortable.
Even feature Alonzo, Denzel's iconic character. Instead, it revolves around
Yo,
even feature
that fit goes
Alonzo.
Crazy. I need that fit. That fit goes insanely crazy. What?
Denzel's iconic
With the leather, how is this button up? This button up to the neck like this?
character. Instead, it revolves around Jake, Alonzo's rookie partner, along with Smiley, Moreno, and Sniper. And it ranks as one of the most intense and suspenseful moments in cinema. But before diving
One of the most intense, brother, to this day, this scene gives me
into this breakdown,
chills.
let's first set the stage and provide some context for what has led up to this chilling moment. In Training Day, rookie cop Jake Hoyt, played by Ethan Hawke, is thrust into the high-stakes, morally ambiguous world as he spends his first day on the job with Detective Alonzo Harris, played by Denzel Washington. Alonzo is a charismatic yet corrupt narcotics officer.
My man.
As Jake follows Alonzo through the seedy streets of Los Angeles, he quickly realizes that his partner's methods are far from legal, exposing him to a world of crime, deception, and violence. Over the course of the day,
He's like, this is what police be doing? No way. No way this is what police do.
Jake is forced to confront his own morals and beliefs as Alonzo manipulates, tests, and ultimately betrays him. The tension builds, culminating in a terrifying...
Bro, it's so crazy, dog. On the first day, remember, all of this happens on his first day on the job. On his first day on the job, right? He fights crackheads, right? He fights crackheads. He saves a girl from getting assaulted. He smokes drugs himself. He's forced at gunpoint to smoke drugs, right? Then he's taken to a garrison somewhere and then almost gets his head blown off. And if he didn't, the only reason he didn't get his head blown off is because he saved the girl from getting assaulted. Because his partner that's supposed to be training him left him to get his head blown off. He's somehow part of the deal. I don't even know how he part of the deal. He's somehow like, okay, bro, y'all can done him. and give me our money, and yeah, y'all can take this guy. What he value?
Terrifying moment as Alonzo walks Jake right into a trap. Our scene begins just as Jake is left alone with Smiley and the Mexican gangsters. This scene will mark a turning point for Jake as he goes
Scariest scene in, bro. This scene is scarier than any horror movie that I've ever seen.
from being a naive idealist to a man pushed to the brink of his own survival. From the very beginning of this scene, the framing tells us everything. Jake is visually trapped, positioned squarely between Moreno and Sniper.
I like seeing videos like this where there's like, oh, I didn't even think about the framing of the scene. Like,
Almost as if he's already a prisoner. The setup doesn't just imply physical confinement, it underscores
like opposition in a way.
Jake's isolation and his vulnerability in this hostile environment. Then there's Smiley. The camera angles on him are strikingly confrontational, placing us directly in Jake's shoes and heightening the tension. The way Smiley is framed suggests that the showdown is brewing, hinting at an inevitable clash between him and Jake. This careful framing isn't just about whether
He also looks like he's kind of higher up in a way. Okay, analyzing.
the characters stand. It's about building a subtle psychological
And he's still, even in this scene, he still feels bigger. You know what I mean?
tension that keeps us on edge. As Jake joins the trio for a game of cards, the mood shifts subtly but unmistakably. After the first hand, Smiley and his crew start to toy with Jake, testing his boundaries.
Mr. Guetta right there.
You're guete, huh?
What? You gone.
What? What? Huh? Also, I believe this is Ethan Hawke's first big role. If I'm not mistaken, this is his first big role. You know what I mean?
Arms underneath your shirt. Let me see.
That's all right, man.
Yo, this guy, Salamanca, man. Oh, boy.
They casually ask to see his gun, a seemingly simple request, but Jake's polite refusal only serves to escalate the situation. Smiley, in a move heavy
Smiley's like, oh, yeah, run it.
with unspoken threat, reveals his own gun, pushing Jake further into a corner.
This one here?
Just like that one.
Is that right?
Here, the framing becomes crucial. We get a series of tighter shots of Jake and Smiley, pulling us deeper into the confrontation that's brewing between them. They amplify the psychological pressure bearing down on Jake. Meanwhile, Moreno and Sniper's teasing only intensifies the tension, and Smiley's constant, calculating gaze is like a predator sizing up his prey. Every glance, every subtle gesture heightens the feeling that Jake is being pulled to a game he can't win. When Jake realizes
God, Jake is on some. Smiley is just like, yo, it's over for you. Like, Smiley is on some, bro, it's over for you. I don't know if you know it's over for you, but it's over for you.
Alonzo has abandoned him in Smiley's home. He instinctively tries to leave, but Smiley isn't having it. He forces Jake back into his seat, asserting control and leaving Jake with no way out. Then comes the line that cuts through everything.
Alonzo played you for a fool, Lester.
We get a strikingly tight close-up on Moreno as he delivers this line, our closest shot in the entire scene. This choice highlights the brutal seriousness of Jake's situation.
Alonzo played you for a fool, let's say. It's like, oh yeah, nah, bro. It's like, you know what I respect about them man in this situation too? They kind of see how messed up it is that Alonzo did this. Like, they get it, you know what I mean? Like, they get it that, like, yo, you got sold out. You got sold out, my boy. Rough feel.
Alonzo's betrayal isn't just a slight, it's a calculated setup, leaving Jake at the mercy of people who have no reason to let him walk away. In that single intense frame on Moreno, we feel the weight of the situation, underscoring the finality of Jake's predicament. This is where any illusion
You got to play for a fool, my boy. Yo, that subtle pierced lip,
truth shatters,
pursed.
replaced by a visceral sense of danger. After 3 minutes of building tension, the scene plunges into its longest silence so far. In this quiet, something shifts. Jake's expression shows that he's starting to piece things together, and the silence becomes a pressure cooker, amplifying his realization as he senses the trap is closing in. Then, the silence is broken as a girl from the other room casually informs Smiley.
It's all there.
Sure.
If you don't believe me, you can count on yourself.
The line seems innocent, but its meaning is deadly. Alonzo's payment for Smiley to kill Jake is all accounted for. Up until this point, the scene has relied on tight, static framing to trap Jake in the growing tension. But here we get the first of 3 push-ins in this scene. The camera slowly inches forward as Smiley begins telling the story of why Alonzo has been stealing all the cash throughout the day. This movement isn't just technical, it underscores the mounting significance of Alonzo's actions, revealing the depth of his desperation. The push
Yeah, he really, like, the whole movie. That's why I say I feel like this is one of those movies that when you watch it the second time, the first time is good enough. But when you watch it the second time, you really realize, like, it's so clear what's going on. It's so clear that there is a level of desperation in this while he's still trying to be cool. Like, I'm going to make it out of this. And he not.
sharpens the focus, intensifying the gravity of Alonzo's betrayal and the chilling reason Jake is left with Smiley. Alonzo wants him dead to keep the truth buried. Then, in a moment that shifts the entire dynamic, Moreno asks Jake,
Hey, Pig, you ever had your shit pushed in?
it's their way of signaling that the
Pardon me? Excuse me? Huh?
Hey, Pig, you ever had your shit pushed in?
It's their way of signaling that the physical and psychological assault on Jake is about to begin. But Jake, in a burst of defiance, flips the table. It's not just a physical action, it's a dramatic shift, flipping the entire scene upside down, both literally and figuratively. He punches Smiley, trying to take control, but before he can make his escape, Moreno glasses him over the head, instantly knocking him down. Jake falls to the ground, now framed at the bottom of the 3 gangsters. This positioning isn't just physical, it symbolizes his powerlessness, trapped under their control with no way out. His fate is sealed, and for the foreseeable future, he will remain framed beneath them.
Fuck, dog.
As they drag Jake through the hallways and into the bathroom, the moment takes on a nightmarish quality, almost like something straight out of a horror film.
Bro, horror movie. Bro, horror movie. When it turned here, I was like, oh my God, this is terrifying.
We get our first overhead shot here, as if God himself is watching, and in that instant, the audience is forced to feel as if a life is about to be taken. What amplifies this is the next cut to a picture of Jesus Christ. It's quick, but we clearly see him just before Sniper pulls open the shower curtains. Jake is
It's over for my boy.
and placed in a bathtub surrounded by Christian iconography, turning the scene into something deeply symbolic. The room, dotted with religious imagery, makes the moment almost feel like a twisted baptism, an ominous ritual marking Jake's potential rebirth. After Jake is thrown into the bathtub and Smiley prepares to kill him, the framing shifts dramatically. Smiley, Sniper and Moreno are now shot from below, emphasizing their dominance and complete control over Jake's fate. They fill the entire frame, flanked by the shower curtains, trapping Jake visually and symbolically. There's no escape for him, at least not yet. When Moreno robs Jake last minute of any cash he might have in his wallet, he
Bro, that saved him life, you know. Bro, that saved him life. Him getting robbed, him wallet is what saved him life. Because him have the picture of the girl. Saved his life. Bruh.
realizes that it's Smiley's cousin's wallet, the same girl Jake saved earlier in the day in the alley. It's also funny to note here that even when Moreno realizes it's Smiley's cousin's wallet, he still pockets the cash.
I'm still not at the money. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I've always found that funny. Anyway, the revelation forces Smiley to question Jake, who pleads for his life.
It's like $2.
Where'd you get this? Oh, fuck! I found it!
Alonzo give it to you?
I found it!
Where?
I found it! In MacArthur Park!
Where?
MacArthur Park!
As Jake tells the truth, we get our second push-in of the scene.
What was she doing at MacArthur Park when she's supposed to be at school for real? If y'all know anything about MacArthur Park, let me tell you something. That's not somewhere for you to be hanging out. Tell you something. I don't. She put herself in grave danger. MacArthur Park. Bro, if I ever showed y'all MacArthur Park, y'all would be like, why was she here? I can't even imagine because it's still bad, but I can't imagine what it was like them time. MacArthur Park is a terrible place to be hanging out, bro. Insane place to be hanging out.
This marks the second of 3 push-ins in this scene, each carrying its own significance, which I'll explain further when we get to the third. After Smiley calls his cousin to verify Jake's story, the extreme low angle on the gangsters begins to ease and lose its oppressive edge. The tension lightens, and for a brief moment we're allowed to breathe. Jake might just make it out alive. Smiley calls his younger cousin, and in a clever reversal, she's framed from above, just as Jake was when he was dragged into the bathroom, facing imminent death. This overhead shot is more than just a framing choice. It subtly mirrors the connection between these two characters. Jake saved her life earlier, and in a moment of poetic symmetry, she's about to return the favour. The shot visually links their fates, telling the audience that their lives have intertwined in a way that will ultimately shift the power balance. Jake's salvation now lies in her hands, and the framing highlights the significance of this unexpected turn. And here we get our third and final push-in, this time on Smiley's cousin, as she confirms Jake's story. The 3 push-ins throughout the scene serve as a visual progression, each one marking a pivotal moment. The first comes when Smiley recounts Alonzo killing the Russian, the second when Jake reveals how he saved Smiley's cousin from being attacked, and the final one as Smiley's cousin tells the truth about Jake's actions. Given the heavy religious symbolism in this scene, these 3 push-ins feel like a deliberate visual cue to reinforce the central moral lesson of the story. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The framing mirrors this concept, with each push-in representing a key moment in the cycle of actions and consequences.
It's like, yeah, he did something violent, and he's about to do something violent to you, and something violent is about to happen to him. Him passing on that violence to you is not going to save him, which is an interesting thing when you really meds it. He's trying to escape his own demise. But you can't run from karma, Bridgin. You can't run from the karma. You see me I say? Alonzo trying to run from him karma. Alonzo trying to pass off him karma to Jake. But the Russian them a go done you, bro. If the Russian them done you, them a go done you, and they not go solve.
Just as Jake's,
you could have gotten all the money. You could have gotten all the money. You know, so funny. The closer you get to the money, them still a go done you. That's what was so funny watching it the second time. You thinking you were gonna make it out, bro. You thought you was cool enough to escape the judgment? You think you done somebody and them was going to let you go? Brother, I'm in a business. How much money I tell you for bring? Yeah, man, bring 5 million and we squash it. Brother, you're gone. Who you think this is? You're gone, bro. You're not getting out of there. You were never getting out of there. Them just why you bring as much money as you can so them can get a thing after them done you. But them are got done you, dog. You think them, I don't know why. Like watching it back now, you're like, wow, that's like watching back Training Day on the second time and seeing Denzel get done is like watching Shutters and seeing Fatta beg for him life. Take the weed and left the money now. Take the what and left the what? Bro, it's over for you. What you thought was going to happen? You thought I was going to let you go? Brother, no, that's not.
Saved Smiley's cousin. Her truth-telling is ultimately what saves him, creating a full circle moment in the narrative that speaks to the power of compassion and reciprocation. And just as Alonzo beat a Russian to death for no reason, so too will a similar outcome happen to him. Smiley now hands the shotgun to Miranda and pulls Jake out of the bathtub, returning the framing to a normal eye level, signaling a shift in Jake's journey. Smiley's cold words,
"You know this shit was just business, right?"
further reinforce the transactional nature of everything that's happened, stripping the moment of any personal sentiment. But Jake's expression tells a different story. The baptism, this brutal near-death experience, is over, and in that moment, Jake has been reborn.
Let me know what y'all think. It was one of my favorite movies, man. I might rewatch that movie. I might rewatch Training Day for Christmas. You know what I mean? It's about Christmas time. Let me know what y'all favorite Christmas movies are. That's one of those movies I watch like during. I just watch my favorite movies. I don't really watch Christmas movies or holiday movies. I just watch the movies that I like, and this is one of those. You know what I mean? I should watch You know what I should watch again? I should watch Godfather Part 2. I watched Part 1 recently. I watched back Part 1 recently. Fantastic movie. I need to watch Part 2. I need to watch Part 2. Godfather, it's a bit extended though. You know what I mean? It's a lot happening. I think it's 3 hour movies. It's like, do I have a whole day? Do you remember back in the day, guys? Do you remember back in the day when like channels would show Godfather all day? I think A&E used to do that. Like Sunday was Godfather Day. And they would just show all the Godfathers. It would be the entire day. You turn on this channel and Godfather is on. The Godfather is on it. Yeah, man. Godfather Sundays. And they would have like days where it was just like, yeah. Like Father's Day, I feel like on A&E, if y'all remember, I might be aging myself right now. If y'all remember, A&E used to show Godfather on Father's Day. And they would show all of them. Godfather 1, 2, and 3, Father's Day. Just the Father's Day special was Godfather. Let me know if y'all remember that. Anyway, that's all we got for right now. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Isn't me? I say, Mysta Crooks, we're out.